Hey, guys. Hi,
Oh.
hi. Y'all always catching us. Y'all always catching us. Listen, as you guys know, we got to share this page, okay? So bear with me, okay? I didn't share it on Facebook.
So how are we gonna do this?
I mean, that's easy. You
We can't we
yes,
have to
you
go
can.
back.
You can straight up go to YouTube.
YouTube.
Or my husband can do it. Beck, can you do that?
Share it to Facebook.
You can share it to Messenger and all of that stuff. As you can hear me. Sorry, y'all. Thank you, love. All right, you guys, welcome. Listen, it's a whole Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat
Oh, look at you!
Shalom.
Come on, Craig. He already on here.
Oh, he already on it. Okay.
He already on here. Okay,
Okay.
we don't need to send it. You're there. You're there.
I can get off my phone.
Yes, and me too. And I can put this on silent. Okay.
Because he gonna do the other one, right? Okay.
Yes. All right. So listen. Welcome everybody again. Welcome. It's Shabbat Shalom, y'all. For
Shabbat Shalom.
Our sun is still up, but still we say anyway. Okay. So welcome everybody to
Story time. Story time. Story time.
Welcome to Story Time, where you understand that we understand the assignment because we are under covenant. Okay. So
Assignment
don't mind me if you see this shirt all through the week. Okay. It is a uniform, I proclaim.
Yes,
okay?
I should have had mine on.
It's all right. You had a long day. It is a whole uniform. All right. So, yes, we are in the book of Jubilees. Okay. And as you know, we're gonna go to that second chapter because we read to you every 6th day, Jubilees 2 and 18. Oh wow, Jubilees got a lot of chapters. Okay, we're gonna be in here for a minute. Come on, Jubilees.
And hopefully this will resonate even more now.
Absolutely.
Because of the stuff we've been learning. Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, y'all ready? So Jubilees 2 and 18, and the reason we read this every 6th day, we don't skip a day, all right? And he gave us a great sign. It's okay. Almost bit myself. And he gave us a great sign, the Sabbath, that we should work 6 days, but guard the Sabbath on the 6th day from all work. 7 days. You're right. I'm making sure you paying attention. Come on, finger point. Come on. Let me use mine. 7th day from all work. And all the angels of the presence and all the angels of sanctification, these 2 great classes he has bidden us to guard the Sabbath with him in heaven and on earth. And he said unto us, behold, I will separate myself unto myself a people from amongst all the peoples, and these shall guard the Sabbath. And I will sanctify them unto myself as my people, and will bless them as I have sanctified the Sabbath, and do sanctify it unto myself. Even so will I bless them, and they shall be my people, and I will be their Elohim. And I have chosen the seed of Jacob from amongst all that I have seen, and have written him down as my firstborn son, and have sanctified him unto myself forever and ever. And I will teach them the Sabbath, that they may guard the Sabbath thereon from all work. And thus he created therein a sign in accordance with which they should guard the Sabbath with us on the 7th day, to eat and to drink, and to bless him who has created all things as he has blessed and sanctified unto himself a peculiar people above all peoples, and that they should guard the Sabbath together with us. Amen. Switching it to the TV.
Hallelujah.
Listen, that's a lot of face you're going to see up close.
Who's
Brother, you can, just use it on your phone. We're a little skinny on there. We're a little small on there.
I don't blow us up.
Don't blow us too up. You know, you might see them imperfections. You don't see them anyway. All right, y'all. So as y'all know, y'all should already know, Bonnie G in the place to be. Y'all know, wherever the Ruach is, I just want to be present. See Shelly on the beat. Come on, y'all. But y'all know we no longer do it for ourselves, but we do it for the community. All right, we community thinkers, community minded. All right, so we are in the book of Jubilees again for the 19th and 20th time. I just said it. And you aren't going to find this book in your regular Bible. You will not. I've tried and I searched and I came up short. You can only get the book of Jubilees in Cepher. Okay, so you can go to cepher.net, and she's not going to show you her hardworking Bible. See, her Bible kept. No, it keeps the Sabbath. That's the great sign, okay? But I'll show you mine. So you can get this here thing right here, okay? You can get it on cepher.net, but don't you pay full price for it. That ain't understanding the assignment. You did not understand. You did not come into understood. I don't know what you did. So get your discount, okay? Use your storytime discount. Remember that the O in stories actually is a 0, and then the E in time is actually a 3, as a reminder to going back to the covenant, okay? Which we all understand.
Yes.
Oh, she holding her Bible tight.
Because not today.
You're right. You're right. All right, y'all. So, okay, what recap do we have? Because
we spent a lot of time on Noah, actually.
We did.
Trying to figure that. Those of you who are on, hopefully that was most of you. It's like this ongoing debate. Like, what really happened?
What happened?
Why did it seems like Ham did something he shouldn't have done, or he should have covered his father, and he didn't. He went out and told his brothers, but the son was the one that got cursed. It wasn't all of Ham's children. It wasn't even Ham, but it was that one son, and it has to be for a reason.
And Dad was saying that Ham was the result of what happened. Cain was the result
of what happened between him and his mom.
Listen, it's some days of our lives, young and restless, general hospital stuff going on. And I would name some Korean dramas, but y'all don't know them, so I'll stick to the old ones. Okay.
Yeah, it was some drama.
It's some real drama in there.
But we know Yahuwah is intentional. We know he knows what he was doing. And no matter what happens back then, we still have to guard the Torah.
Absolutely.
We still have to keep commandments. We still have to guard the Sabbath.
Yeah.
So while it's an interesting story that we may never really know the answer to until we get there,
and when we ask him,
we're probably gonna already know.
Yeah.
Or it's gonna be some people look like I already told the story once. You should have been at the meeting.
That's true. That's very true. All right, so we're starting on chapter 7. All right. And in the 7th week, in the first year thereof, in this Jubilee, Noah planted vines on the mountain on which, I feel like I read that.
Yeah, you did, because that's the 364.
Yeah.
But you on 7, right?
No, we're on 8. So this is what happens.
Oh, I think we right here, because I had it folded. I think we're on verse 20.
Okay, thank you. Listen, I have these things. You see that? Somehow I didn't utilize it yesterday. Forgive me. Yeah. Verse 20 in the 7th chapter of Jubilees. And Shalom family. All right. And in the 28th Jubilee, Noah began to enjoin upon his sons the ordinances and commandments and all that the judgments that he knew. And he exhorted his sons to observe righteousness and to cover the shame of their flesh, and to bless their creator and honor the father and mother and love their neighbor and guard their souls from fornication and uncleanness and all iniquity. For owing to these 3 things came the flood upon the earth, namely owing to the fornication wherein the watcher against the Torah of their ordinances went a whoring after the daughters of men, and took themselves women of all which they chose, and they made the beginning of uncleanness. And they begat sons, the Nephilim, and they were all unlike, and they devoured one another. And the Nephilim slew the Nephiel, and the Nephiel slew the Elio, and the Elio mankind, and one man another. And everyone sold himself to work iniquity and to shed much blood, and the earth was filled with iniquity. And after this they sinned against the beasts and birds and all that moves and walks on the earth. And much blood was shed on the earth, and every imagination and desire of men imagined vanity and evil continually. And Yahuwah destroyed everything from all the face of the earth because of the wickedness of their deeds. And because of their blood, which he had shed in the midst of the earth, he destroyed everything. And we were left, I and you, my sons, and everything that entered with us into the ark. And behold, I see your works before me, that ye did not walk in righteousness. For in the path of destruction you have begun to walk. And ye are parting one from another, and are envious one of another. And so it comes that ye are not in harmony, my sons, each with his brother.
So he said, I see the beginning of it
the
already.
destruction coming down right here.
Because y'all starting to separate from yourself.
Absolutely.
Y'all starting to trick the brothers.
So now the things that I taught you guys to do, like love your brother and honor your parents, you're slipping away from that
already.
But mind you, they didn't get into the boat
right
because it was righteous. That tripped me out.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. Shabbat Shalom all the way, Rangi.
But you would think they would learn. Look, that was a long boat ride. You got saved. Like you would think you would
actually
act right.
Watching the Most High,
yes,
flooding the entire earth, and you're hearing the wails and the screams and the let me in, and I'm sure the scratching of the door because I want to get in. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And yet you want to turn away.
Yep. Soon as you get off the boat, like, can I get a day?
I mean, nothing seeped in.
Nothing.
That's all outer work stuff. It's crazy. Okay, verse 27. For I see and behold, the devils have begun their seductions against you and against your children. And now I fear on your behalf, that after my death ye will shed the blood of men upon the earth, and that ye too will be destroyed from the face of the earth. For whosoever sheds man's blood, and whosoever eats the blood of any flesh, shall all be destroyed from the earth. And there shall not be left any man that eats blood, or that sheds the blood of man on the earth, nor shall there be left to him any seed or descendants living under heaven. For into Sheol shall they go, and into the place of condemnation shall they descend. And into the darkness of the deep shall they all be removed by a violent death. There shall be no blood seen upon you, all of the blood there shall be all the days in which ye have killed any beast or cattle or whatsoever flies upon the earth. And work ye a good work to your souls by covering that which has been shed on the face of the earth. And ye shall not be like him who eat with the blood. But guard yourselves that none may eat blood before you. Cover the blood. For thus have I been commanded to testify to you and your children together with all flesh. And suffer not the soul to be eaten with the flesh, that your blood, which is your life, may not be required at the hand of any flesh that sheds it on the earth. For the earth will not be clean from the blood which has been shed upon it. For only through the blood of him that shed it will the earth be purified throughout all its generations.
Wow. They just gonna go buck wild. Well, they already started. He said, I already see it.
I already see it. Wow. That's got to be really, I can imagine that being like when you raised your children up, you know what I'm saying? And then you start seeing them go a different, unfamiliar path. Like,
where they learn that from?
Where you get that from? And then you want to say, or even if you don't go down there.
Yeah.
They be like, you don't know what's down there.
Oh,
I know what's going down there. I've been there half the times. Ain't nothing happened.
Yeah.
So I can just imagine like the heart, even though he knows his sons is getting ready to be corrupted through sin and engage in these evil acts, like his heart got to be broken.
Because there's nothing he can do.
There's nothing.
All he can do is tell them.
That's it. And I'm sure that's if you guys have older children. I don't, but if you guys have older children, that's got to be the hardest thing because all you can do is tell them.
Yep.
And sometimes all you got to do is just can't say nothing. Just pray.
Yeah.
Ew, that's tough. That's how folks run from the truth now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right.
34.
34. And now, my children, hearken, work judgment and righteousness, that ye may be planted in righteousness over the face of the earth, over the whole earth, and your glory lifted up before my Elohim, who saved me from the waters of the flood. And behold, ye will go and build for yourselves cities, and plant in them all the plants that are upon the earth, and moreover all fruits bearing trees. For 3 years the fruit of everything that is eaten will not be gathered. And in the 4th year its fruit will be accounted holy, and they will offer the first fruits acceptable before El Elyon, who created heaven and earth and all things. Let them offer in abundance the first of the wine and oil as first fruits on the altar of Yahuwah, who receives it, and what is left, let the servants of the house of Yahuwah eat before the altar which receives it. And in the 5th year make ye the release, so that ye release it in righteousness and uprightness, and ye shall be righteous, and all that you plant shall prosper. For thus did Hanok or Enoch, the father of your father, commanded Methuselah, his son, and Methuselah, his son Lamech. And Lamech commanded me all the things which his fathers commanded him. And I also will give you commandment, my sons, as Enoch commanded his son in the first Jubilees, while still living the 7th in his generation. He commanded and testified to his son and to his son's son until the day of his death. Wow. Chapter 8. In the 29th Jubilee, in the 29th Jubilee, in the 1st week, in the beginning thereof, Arpachshad took to himself a woman, and her name was Rasu-ayah, the daughter of Shushan, the daughter of Elam, and she bore him a son in the 3rd year, in this week, and he called his name Canaan. And the son grew, and his father taught him writing, and he went to seek for himself a place where he might seize for himself a city.
Now notice it says seize, which means he's gonna go start a war. He's gonna go take something that don't belong to him.
Well, yeah, that
looking for us. He looking for it. Who weak? Whose city can I take that's already built?
Who can I overthrow?
Just looking for, roaming around as a roaring lion, as a.
And he found a writing which former generations had carved on the rock, and read what was thereon, and he transcribed it and sinned owing to it, for it contained the teaching of the watchers, in accordance with which they used to observe the omens of the sun and moon and stars in all the signs of heaven. And he wrote it down and said nothing regarding it, for he was afraid to speak to Noah about it, lest he should be angry with him on account of it.
Damn little sneaky little watchers took some stone. They knew it was going to be a flood.
Yep. And they knew somebody was going to come across it.
Yes. At one point, somebody was going to come across it. So they carved it. Georgia Guidestones. They knew somebody. He knew. Them watchers knew. I'm telling you.
And why wouldn't you mention it to Noah?
Because he doesn't have the heart.
Yeah.
Whatever he read, he
agreed with it.
This sound good. That's what I want to do. Because if you was being innocent and you really didn't know, you would have mentioned it.
You would have mentioned it.
You wouldn't have then wrote it down and hid it. You wouldn't have. Be like, yeah, when I go seize my city, that's the rules. We finna do this.
Yep.
But I ain't telling Noah. I ain't telling Grandpa.
Wow. They just so sneaky.
And y'all think all this evil stuff we do is new. He told us just like in the days of Noah. Now you see that connection. You see that connection. Because it's written in stone. They finna start the same thing.
Absolutely.
All over again.
And the crazy thing is when you get into other books, you even see it, even how evil and how like disgusting these watchers were, and the women, and just all the stuff that they was doing. Nothing new.
Nothing new. There's nothing new right now.
Down to the doggone drinks. How you describe what we drink today? Well, I mean talk about people.
Yeah.
The umbrella drinks and stuff like that. That was way
Remember they had nightclubs too?
They had nightclubs. Everything. They had just about everything. Nothing is new.
Nothing is new.
Verse 5 on chapter 8 from Jubilees. And in the 13th, I can read. And in the 13th Jubilee, in the 2nd week, in the 1st year thereof, he took to himself a woman, and her name was Milcah, and the daughter of Madai, the son of Japheth. And in the 4th year he begat a son, and called his name Shelah. For he said, truly I have been sent. And in the 4th year he was born, and Shelah, that's as close as it's going to get, grew up and took to himself a woman, and her name was Mu'ak, and the daughter of Kelseed, his brother, in the 1 and the 13th Jubilee, in the 5th week, in the 1st year thereof. And she bore him a son in the 5th year thereof. And he called his name Eber. And he took unto himself a woman, and her name was Azurad, and the daughter of Nimrod. Nimrod. Yeah. Nebrod. Nebrod. That's his name.
That's his name today.
That's right. In the 32nd Jubilee, in the 7th week, in the 3rd year thereof. And in the 6th year thereof, she bore him a son, and he called his name Peleg. For in the days when he was born, the children of Noah began to divide the earth amongst themselves. For this reason he called his name Peleg. And they divided it secretly amongst themselves and told it to Noah. And it came to pass in the beginning of the 33rd Jubilee that they divided earth into 3 parts, for Shem, Ham, and Japheth, according to the inheritance of each, in the 1st year, in the 1st week, when one of us who had been sent was with him. And he called his sons, and they drew nigh to him, they and their children, and he divided the earth into the lots, which his 3 sons were to take in possession. And they reached forth their hands and took the writings out of the bosom of Noah, their father.
So first they tried to divide up the land
amongst
themselves, not saying nothing. And now Noah's like, yeah, no.
That ain't gonna work.
You finna divide.
Yeah.
The way I said it. And so I'm looking at when it says that, what's his name? The one that married Milcah? What is his name?
Azurad?
The one that found the writing.
Shelah?
Was that his name? That found the writing on the stone? That went to seize for itself?
Elam.
I think it was Arpax. Cain. Wait. She bore him a son in the 3rd week, and he called his name. Oh, that means Luke. Name.
He called his name
K-E-Y.
Canaan.
Mm-hmm.
That's the scripture.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Thank you. And the son grew, and then he went to find. Okay, so right now we're talking about
a different Canaan.
Canaan, yeah. Canaan is where Pakshad is. That's the line of Shem. So, because here where it says, and don't worry, there's a point.
I'm looking for his name.
Yeah, he had Arpaxad, his son, right? And so now it's going with that. So a child of Shem has just married So when he took himself a woman, her name was Milcah. She is Japheth's daughter.
Yes.
And notice that he is the one looking to seize the city. He's the one that found the stones written on the stones, and he about to go wrong because
what's good?
he married to the wrong woman.
You know, a lot of these words too is in Ezra, right? Because I'm seeing Peleg, and remember they was all in Ezra too.
Peleg is when I think they were building the tower.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
During his days. Yeah.
Okay. Because I'm like, oh, these sound familiar, you guys. Whoa. Okay. Verse
12. I believe, yeah.
And there came forth on the right and as Shem's lot, the middle of the earth, which lots, the middle of the earth, which he should take as an inheritance for himself and for his sons for the generation of eternity. From the middle of the mountain range of Rapha, from the mouth of the waters from the river Tina, and his portion goes towards the west through the midst of this river, and it extends till it reaches the water of the abysses, out which this river goes forth and pours its water into the sea of Maat. And this river flows into the great sea, and all that is towards the north is Japheth, and all that is towards the Negev belongs to Shem, and it extends till it reaches Coroso. This is in the bosom of the tongue which looks towards the Negev, and his portion extends along the great sea, and it extends in a straight line till it reaches the west of the tongue which looks towards the Negev. For this sea is named the tongue of the Egyptian sea. And it turns from here towards the Negev towards the mouth of the great sea on the shore of its waters, and it extends to the west to Afrah, and it extends till it reaches the water of river Gilchon, and to the south of the waters of Gilchon to the bank of this river. And it extends towards the east till it reaches Garden of Eden, to the south thereof, to the south and from the east of the whole land of Eden, and the whole east, it turns to the east and proceeds till it reaches the east of the mountain named Rapha. And it descends to the bank of the mouth of the river Tina. This portion came forth by lot for Shem and his sons, that they should possess it forever until his generations forevermore.
So you see how much land they got?
Tons.
It's most of the earth.
Tons.
And keep in mind, when you look at these directions, please don't look at the earth the way it is on the map.
Yeah.
You'll get jacked up. You'll get jacked up. But I'm telling you, just like we read in Enoch, they know the truth.
Yes.
They got their maps.
Mm-hmm.
They got their map. They know what Tina is. They know what river they talking about.
Yeah.
They know where everybody's supposed to be. We got the whole middle, and it extends to some other parts.
Yes. Oh, wow. The whole center of the earth.
We got it all went to Shem.
That makes sense, because who was buried in the center of the earth? In a cave of treasures. Remember?
Mm-hmm. He was buried where he was created. Adam was created in the center of the earth, and then they took him to the Garden of Eden.
And was it the Mosai? No, the Yahushua. What was? Did he?
That's where he got crucified.
He got
crucified
in the center of the earth.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
The same place man was first created.
Wow.
No, because he wasn't.
Not the garden, but the land.
Oh, I think it might have been called Eden.
No, because remember they didn't make him in Eden.
They didn't make him in the Garden of Eden.
But the
land.
Yeah.
Oh,
because it was called Eden.
Yeah, the land was called.
Yeah, not the garden. Gotcha.
Yeah, but he had to leave the garden.
Yes. Oh wow.
I need these maps. worse.
I know that.
And then we also remember we learned that when they say north and south,
it's always
really
backwards.
It's
Yeah.
supposed to be this way. So you gotta like flip the map and then go this way.
Wow.
Because even Africa should be at the top. Heat.
Oh,
Everybody
yeah.
knows heat rises.
Yeah.
It should be at the, like when we look at a map, it should be at the top. And all those cold places, like where Jacob's children are, because remember they got the land that was very cold, is at the bottom. But they flipped it, made it bigger, and Russia is really like this, and they made it like this, and they made Africa like this.
That's why perception is super powerful.
Mm-hmm. You could fit China, Russia, and a few more countries inside of Africa.
You sure could.
Mm-hmm.
Sure could. Wow. Where are we now?
18.
Oh, 18. And Noah rejoiced that this portion came forth for Shem and for his sons, and he remembered all that he had spoken with his mouth in prophecy. For he had said, "Blessed be Yahuwah Elohim of Shem, and may Yahuwah dwell in the dwellings of Shem." And he knew that the Garden of Eden is the Holy of Holies, and the dwelling of Yahuwah in Mount Sinai, the center of the desert, and the Mount Zion, the center of the navel of the earth. These three were created as holy places facing each other.
Mm-hmm.
And he blessed the Elohim of Elohim, who had put the word, capital W, of Yahuwah into his mouth, and Yahuwah forevermore.
So we got
all of it. And then he said the navel, even at the navel. Yeah.
Yep. We got all the holy places in the land of Shem.
Go ahead, love.
Oh, no. My hand wasn't.
Oh.
But
you gotta watch
since you said that does make sense because we're his chosen people.
Mm-hmm.
And we're supposed to be like the
guards
and the teachers.
Hey, and that's true because
that's where everything is.
In my mind, it made sense. But as I began, when I thought about saying it out loud, I was like, no, that don't.
Yeah, no, we might need you to say it.
No, because I was thinking, like, if we all in the center, then you kind of got eyes what's around you and you can guard it.
They say that
and Shalom, my big brother,
that Yisrael is the most the best place to be if a war breaks out. They live in a place, and I always look at the map where they say it is, and I'll be like, this is not strategic. The most strategic place for a war, where you have it at right now. But if you're in the center, you looking all around you like this.
Is it high?
Nobody can come up behind you.
If
so where they're saying it is, it can't be there.
So I've always heard that the real land is somewhere up high.
Definitely, there's mountains.
Oh right? Yeah, well, yeah. Because there's Mount Sinai, there's Mount Zion's too.
Yes.
Zion and all of that.
Yeah,
because
we're mountain people.
Mm-hmm.
We're because remember he's talking about the light on the mountain.
Yes,
I put you up to shine.
Absolutely,
people can come into you like.
That's true.
So while Shem has a bunch of land, but then there's Yisrael, but their land is in Shem, inside of Shem's inheritance. But it would make sense that it's somewhere close in the very middle, close to the mountains. It has to be. It has to be. And that makes so much sense when you think a lot of things that Mashiach said. Up. And we was always going down to something. Let's go down to Egypt.
Yeah. Oh.
Like when they was going Egypt, it was always down. And since I was taught to think everything spiritually, I always would say, because they super spiritual.
Oh, so you're thinking of a position, down. Of a posture.
Yeah.
Let's go.
But really he mean they went down. They had to go down the mountain.
Right. When Moses went to go get, he went up the mountain. What were you going to say?
No, something I was thinking.
What were you thinking? We want to hear the thoughts.
No, I was.
Because sometimes the thoughts be good.
No, I don't think I doubt it's right. But I was just thinking, I wonder if it's by cave of treasures.
Yeah, remember that's what we was talking about.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Because remember, he buried all of those things in the center of the earth, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he buried. When I say those things, y'all, I'm talking about the myrrh. I'm talking about the what
The
else?
gold,
The
frankincense,
gold,
and myrrh.
frankincense, and myrrh.
That very gold.
Yeah,
That's
in that
what the
same
kings,
myrrh, in that
same frankincense,
absolutely,
was what those kings bought Mashiach. I mean, we was like, we won't be surprised if that's the cave he was born in.
absolutely.
I won't even be surprised if that's the very tomb he was born.
Well, because in the book of Mary, the birth of Mary, it goes into the cave. Remember, he was born in the cave, so it's very well because everything is connected.
Yeah,
like he's very intentional.
And Yahweh was very intentional.
Connects. So I wouldn't be surprised that when he sent Adam and Kuwa out, it was that same very cave that the Mashiach will be born in. James go on to say, "Speak, Abram."
Of course he did.
Well, he spoke. 21. Yes, 21. And he knew that, and he's the only one, and Noah's the only one that's blessing Shem, right? He's the only one that said, "Blessed be the Yah of Shem."
Yes, because he knows the chosen is going to come from Shem.
Wow. All right. And he knew that a blessed portion and a blessing had come to Shem and his sons unto the generation forever. That means forever. Forever, the whole land of Eden.
There you go, Abram.
Yep. The whole land of Eden and the whole land of the Red Sea and the whole land of the east and India and on the Red Sea and the mountains thereof and all the land of Bashan and all the land of Lebanon and the islands of Kephtor and all the mountains of Sinor and Amana and the mountains of Ashur and in the north and all the land of Elam, Asher and Babel and Shushan and Madai and all the mountains of Ararat. That's it today. Ararat. Thank you, love. Ararat and all the region beyond the sea, which is beyond the mountains of Ashur towards the north, a blessed and spacious land, and all that is in it is very good.
That is such a truth, because when they got to the Red Sea, you was already in you was already in Shem.
Yes.
Already, all you had to. So if
come on, Miss Geographic, because you're gonna have to help me out.
I wish I was. That's one of the things I struggle. But I think, it appears to be. Okay, you know how they say where Yashrael is, but it's like about this little. I think all that is ours, all the way down from when they crossed that Red Sea, because they went to Mount Sinai. They went to Mount. That's one of them, right?
Yep,
Mount Sinai, because that's where he spoke to Moshe. All that is Yashrael's.
Well, I wish I had a map. Even though it wouldn't be
and
right.
We know it's all Shem. Yeah, we know for sure it's all Shem.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. So this division, but they know.
They know. Absolutely. They show you. That's why they want to change names.
That's why
and create lines. Land. You know what I mean? With the Suez Canal. Yeah. There was no need to break that away. Why?
So they know. So when you look at a map and it comes to the water, you would think, oh, this is where it stops. But no, there was no water there when this was made.
And then you can now say it's called the Middle East. It's the middle what? I don't read that. Yeah. Ain't no such thing.
What is the Middle East? And every time you ask somebody to define the Middle East,
that's like saying
sidestep like a football
thing when
player.
You say black, right?
Yeah.
Well, what is that? That don't make sense. What land is that?
Well, the middle, and then they answer something totally different. Well, that wasn't the question. The question: what is the Middle East?
What is that? What is the middle of? You know what I'm saying? But that's crazy because that's a part of our land.
They just threw out. Y'all know what's wrong with the River Tina?
What?
I bet that's one of them oceans.
Why you mess up Tina? Tina was fine.
Wasn't nothing wrong with the name she had.
They didn't switch it. Come on, Rangi, what you got to say? And it's actually her Sabbath day. It's Saturday where she is. The seventh day where she is. She said, yes, Yah spoke to them under the mountain of Sharuv, out of the thick smoke.
Okay. Yeah.
Got you. Yep.
Commandments, yeah.
Absolutely. All right, verse 22, sorry. And for Ham came forth the second portion beyond Gilshon towards towards the south to the right of the garden. And it extends towards the south, and it extends to all the mountains of fire. And it extends towards the west to the sea of Atal, and it extends towards the west till it reaches the mount of Muok, the sea into which everything which is not destroyed descends. So I'm wondering, the mountains to all, will this be a place like where idol worship is?
Mountains of fire. It looks like where volcanoes are.
Okay.
That's Hawaii. Who got the most volcanoes? Hawaii got few.
That we know of.
Oh,
but
yeah,
there's
a lot
some,
of people
yes,
have
they have them, but they
volcanoes.
don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of them are dormant.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. See, verse 23. And it goes forth towards the north to the limit of Gedar, and it goes forth to the coast of the waters of the sea, to the waters of the great sea, till it draws near to the river of Gilchon, and goes along the river of Gilchon till it reaches the right of the Garden of Eden. And this is the land which came forth for Ham, as the portion which he was to occupy forever for himself and his sons unto their generation forever.
So, see, knows he ain't got as much land.
No, he showed up. And for Japheth came forth the third portion beyond the river Tina. I like Tina, okay? To the north of the outflow of its waters. And it extends north easterly to the whole region of Gog, and to all the country east thereof. And it extends north. They're gonna have to stop playing with me with these northerly. Thank you. Come on, stop throwing these LYs at me, okay? Northernly to the north. And it extends to the mountains of Kelt towards the north, and towards the sea of Maak. And it goes forth to the east of Gadir, as far as the regions of the waters of the sea. And it extends until it approaches the west of Farah. And it returns towards Afarag. And it extends easterly to the west waters to the sea of Maat. And it extends to the region of the rivers Tina in a northeasterly direction, until it approaches the boundary of its water towards the mountains of Rapha. And it turns round towards the north. This is the land which came forth for Japheth and his sons as the portion of his inheritance, which he should possess for himself and his sons for their generation forever. 5 great islands and a great land in the north. But it is cold, and the land of Ham is hot. And the land of Shem is neither hot nor cold, but it is of blended cold and heat.
So that's how you know. Okay, first of all, that's why you know. I'm sorry, Japheth's children get skin cancer, because you where you're not supposed to be.
And then some of us in Chicago gets real cancer too, because we ain't supposed to be out there. It's too cold.
But it's not cold all the time in Chicago. It's hot and cold.
Yeah, and it's not like.
And it ain't cold like they cold.
Yeah. Gotcha.
They got that Game of Thrones cold.
Yeah,
it's cold.
It's like North Pole type cold.
Yeah, it's like Alaska and all that. Yeah,
because it get below zero, but not like heck much below zero.
Yeah. No, I got you.
So every time you all hear the word island, don't think Jamaica. Island is just a place around. It could be cold on an island. So because notice all these lands he was talking about, Japheth, they're by the water. They're by the water. They're by the water.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's why it's cold. So you get places like Alaska's cold. Trying to think of all these cold places. Even Russia gets cold, like Siberia. But that's not what I'm thinking of. I don't know why I can't think of these places. Not Iceland, but Greenland.
Okay.
Even though it's called Greenland, it's cold. It's cold. There's no greenery hardly. but Iceland has some green. They switched
Oh,
that
Yeah.
because Iceland is smaller. So
oh,
they try to do a little double take, but Greenland is huge. That could be one of these islands they're talking
yes.
about. Greenland is, it ain't, huge as our stuff, but it's their big
Yes.
island, and it's cold.
Ooh.
Snows. Like, they even be building like ice hotels. That's how cold it is. They build ice hotels. They have a hotel made out of ice. Everything in it is ice. It ain't melt neither because it's cold.
Wow.
It's cold. That's why when we all like look at football games and all that, we be like, why they out there with
those
no
shirt
on?
on?
It's cold
Yeah.
because that's where they
It's
from.
in their blood.
It's in their DNA.
Wait, why you say San Francisco?
No, not San Francisco, not by a long shot. Mm-mm.
Why are you playing San Francisco like that?
San Francisco ain't cold. Don't even get cold as Chicago.
Listen, I mean,
Charles, till you felt that Chicago wind.
oh no.
I used to say it was cold in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Until I felt that Chicago wind.
That wind hit the knees, okay? That
You
San
would
Francisco.
be like, I'm going inside this hotel.
Yeah,
I ain't coming out. Bonnie wouldn't.
Chicago go straight to your soul.
Yes, it do.
Okay.
In
I
Chicago.
listen, I'm a part of Shim, okay? I'm neither hot nor cold. I don't play with cold, okay? I would have
Yeah.
a straight attitude. You have me somewhere freezing.
That's real cold. And Chicago ain't even cold when you compare it to a really cold land, but it get cold.
You know who ain't
because
got to
that
go?
wind come through there from that lake.
James says that Chicago wind is no joke.
No joke.
Yeah, no, I'm not built for that,
No.
okay? I'm
No.
not. You want to see someone act right?
She won't
Start
survive
talking.
that.
I won't. I'm not built for that. Right there, I'm at the gates. Okay, let me in, Father.
And I had to get used to it. The first time I went, I was like, I had on sandals because I left California. I had on sandals, didn't have no coat. I had on like a sundress. And I get off the plane about to go outside. And the man at the airport looked at me and stopped laughing. He started laughing. He said, "You from California, huh?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, "Yeah." Just watch. That door opened. I was like, "What? What? What is going?" He was like, "I'm gonna get you a car. You better do something because I ain't going outside."
Right, I ain't doing it. I am not doing it.
So there's a car right there in front
with the heater on. Okay, listen, I don't do cold too. Let me tell you, it can be 70 degrees, 80 degrees. You know who got a heated seat in their car and it's going to turn it on? Me.
Oh, yes.
All
and
the
she
way
a little
up.
bit too much.
I don't fool with cold. So I already know what land I'm from. I know.
Y'all should have saw her on baptism day. This girl.
I almost regretted it, and I'm so sad to say it. Because whoever, was there ice cubes in the water? You gonna baptize me in 0 degree water? At this point, I'm not thinking about covenant.
She sure wasn't, because we was like, yeah, Bonnie,
and then I had to
we finna do this.
Then I have to remember this is on camera.
We want to hear Yeshua's name when we get dunked. I go in there, get all dunked. It's all cold. Bonnie with it there. She was like, oh,
I almost jumped out. I don't do cold, okay? You can't pay me to do cold. And then I was getting baptized under his name, right? So I had to think about that. Like,
did you even hear the name?
I didn't hear nothing. I didn't hear nothing. I remembered that, hey, this is on Facebook Live, and you might don't want to jump out of there. You know, you don't want to make the assembly look bad. You're going to get real for sure. But I don't do cold, so.
But think of those rules when you think of who owns what land.
Yeah.
Because Japheth's land is very cold. And unless it's very cold, it don't belong to you.
They can keep it. I don't even want it.
It ain't yours. So that means you want somebody else's land.
Yeah, it ain't yours. All right. Chapter 9. And Ham divided amongst his sons, and the first portion came forth for Cush towards the east, and to the west of him for Egypt, and to the west of him for Put, and to the west of him, and to the west thereof on the sea of Canaan. And Shem also divided his sons, divided amongst his son. And the first portion came forth from Elam and his sons to the east of the river of Hekad. This river name is Chiddequel. You're welcome. You can take the time to type that out. Yeah. I'm not about to fight with it tonight. Till it approaches the east, the whole land of India, and on the Red Sea on its coast, and the waters of Dedan, and all the mountains of Mibri and Elam, and all the land of Shushan, and all that is on the side of Farnak to the Red Sea and the river Tina. And for Ashur, came forth the second portion, all the land of Ashur and Nineveh and Shinar, and to the borders of India, and it ascends and skirts the river. And for Arpachshad came forth third portion, all the land of the region of the Kasdim,
Yes.
to the east of the Parath, bordering on the Red Sea, and all the waters of the desert close to the tongue of the sea, which looks towards Egypt, all the land of Lebanon and Sinai, and Amana to the border of Parath. And for Aram, there came forth the fourth portion, all the land of Aram, Naharaim, between the Hadithiel, let's go get it, and Porah to the north of the Kasdim, to the border of the mountains of Asher, and the land of Ararat, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And there came forth Ludi, the fourth portion, the mountains of Asher, and all appertaining to them, till it reaches the great sea, until it reaches the east of Asher, his brother. And Japheth also divided the land of his inheritance amongst his sons. And the first portion came forth for Gimmer, to the east from the north side to the river Tina. And in the north there came forth for Magog, all the inner portions of the north, until it reaches to the sea of Maet. And for Madai came forth as his portion, that he should wait till Monday to get through it. Because we got a whole women's call.
That was good.
And I'm going to go ahead and send this Zoom link out right now.
That was good.
Something wrong with your face?
Hi, people. You saw me all. I'm in here like trying to picture.
I knew you would be. I knew you would be. I knew you would be, but I was like, I gotta play it. I gotta do it.
Like, which one of these is the Eskimos?
Where can I lead this cliff at? You know? And I was feeling like I gotta do it there.
In the land. I was. See how she do me, y'all?
She gives me great opportunities, you know. You all, we appreciate you guys joining us for
Story time.
Excuse me, as I send our link out. Our assembly we have something to do if not every day. Yeah. It's just about every day.
And I want all of you to know who are not really into geography, because I'm really not into geography. I just need to know where my daddy's records are. I just need to know who's supposed to be where, when they're supposed to be there. It may seem that it's not important, but it is, because you need to know, where is my enemy? Where is he supposed to be and not supposed to be? For the most part, we kind of get, this ain't yours, that ain't yours, because, you know, you get skin cancer and die.
Right.
But we also are not supposed to claim what is not ours. We can't just go marching into Japheth.
Yeah, we're not supposed to. Yeah, you're not supposed to.
The world is mine. Like, we can't do that either. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it's important, because these people are nations.
Absolutely.
And they're not called Gog and Magog right now. They're called China.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And Russia and whatever else.
Yeah.
And we need to know what is going on. Who married who? Where are they from? Who your peoples?
Yep. They used to do that.
To know. Yep.
They used to do that. Like, who your mama is.
Mm-hmm.
And you couldn't say, you can't place the word is in that. No, you answered. You answered, okay? Who your people is.
Which son was had India?
Shem.
Yeah, because then you say that we are. Shem is over there. Is there? Sorry.
In India?
Mm-hmm. Didn't you say that?
Yeah. I mean, yes.
Wait, you said Israel. I'm sorry. So you got the
Yahshua,
house.
yeah.
Yeah, Jerusalem.
So
yeah.
it's Shem. So
Gotcha. But
it's ours, but it doesn't mean it's Jerusalem.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. With that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and Shalom.
Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. That's what I'm gonna do.
Shabbat
Shabbat Shalom. I'm tired. Amen. Praise Him. Hallelujah. We're gonna go ahead and do what Jubilees 2 and 18 says. Okay. Pray my strength. That being said, Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Bye.
Probably like Bonnie. Go ahead.